Hey everybody. Namaste, welcome in. Let's get our footing at this Taurus full moon lunar eclipse. As you all come in, I'm gonna light some candles, get some energy flowing here. Bringing in the 4 elements with fire. Let's burn some Palo Santo to call in some air. I have also just a rock from the desert as my earth element, and water in my cool new little muggy mug from Starbucks. I've been seeing this thing every time I go in, and I kept not buying it, and then finally I broke down and bought it. And then just the other day, I went into a grocery store and their Starbucks in the store was half off all their mugs, and I was like, dang it, if I'd have just waited a little longer, could have got it half price, but that's okay. So I hope you have something to drink. Hi Dream State, hi Kakute, welcome, 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 welcome. I hope you all can hear me today. We're gonna do things a little differently today. This past solar eclipse has really kind of taken a toll on my life and my relationships, and if I haven't been showing up much online, it's because I'm in deep recovery and healing from these experiences. So forgive me and be patient with me. Thank you all so much for your patience and your understanding. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit so I can use my brain at the same time. So for any and all of you who are also experiencing big shifts and transitions and changes lately, I just want to acknowledge you and let you know that you're not alone, and that I understand how difficult it can be to keep showing up to the things that you love, for the people that you love, when you're struggling. So know that I'm here for you, that I love you, and that you're held in this community, in this sacred space. And today's live full moon ritual / channeled messages / whatever this is going to become today, I hope that it deeply serves you and is exactly what you need. Hi Therese of the Earth, welcome. I will say and acknowledge already that I am a bit on edge, and I think it's just I just really want to make sure that this space, when we go live together, stays sacred and stays safe. So I would appreciate any and all of you to monitor the comments, and just I will try to do the same, but I really want to focus. And let's just make sure that everybody who enters this space is here with good intentions and for the purposes of truly being here. So that's all I want to say about that. Now let's talk about this full moon. Oh, first and foremost, I have a friend who wants to come say hi. Hi, itty bitty. I was unpacking boxes today, still in transition with this move, trying to get all my things out and get the house organized, and it's a lot and it's sometimes overwhelming, but I got to open a box today and find my friend, my good friend Bob Ross, smiling back at me. And I don't know, some of you maybe haven't seen him because it's been a while or you're new, but one of my sisters gifted this to me for my birthday, and I absolutely love him. And I really wasn't sure exactly how to proceed with today's ritual in an effort to take some pressure off of myself because of the personal stuff that I'm going through. And then Bob just filled me with the spirit of painting with people and just creating with people and just being with people. So that's what we're going to do today. And I don't want you to feel any pressure to like, oh no, I didn't prepare, I don't have stuff. That's perfectly fine. I trust that you receive the messages that you need to and the experience that you need to. But if you do want to, I am going to kind of guide us through a little bit of a creative prompt, I guess, in theme of this full moon eclipse. And if you want to participate, you can. So I'll give you some time while I'm kind of going over the themes of the moon and what's been coming up for me to gather supplies and whatever. It doesn't have to be complicated, just even a sketchbook and a pen and you'll be good. So Bob's gonna watch over us while we play today. And let's dive into this moon. So this is going to be a full moon in Taurus. And that Taurus, that earth energy, this archetype of creation and manifestation and like bringing things into form, the lushness of nature. When I think of Taurus, I think about life at its true essence of embracing and enjoying all that life has to offer and the abundance that's available to us on this planet. So those kind of energies are floating around at this time. But at the core of it, I feel what Taurus is really trying to get us to understand, and especially in the context of creators, is to really get clear on our values and our worth. And I know that self-worth is something that a lot of creators struggle with, myself included, right? Valuing what we do, pricing things that we offer, and expressing our value externally. We can struggle with even feeling good enough to start creating or to make anything. People have a tendency to offer up their opinions of our work or what they think is valuable or not about what we do without a second thought to how those words would impact us. So I want to give you permission, especially because this is a full moon eclipse, to take a bit of a scalpel and start really trying to cut out the ideas about your worth that don't belong to you, that you recognize as something outside of yourself. So somehow, and it's sort of kind of downloading as I'm speaking, I'm seeing it, is we're going to do something like related to that in our creation today. But these are the things I want you to start sitting with. Is what are my attitudes about my self-worth? What are my thoughts and feelings about my worth? And how have those things been shaped by others and experiences? And then also, what is my heart's true opinion of these things? Because as we start to discern between what's actually ours and what belongs to other people that was projected upon us, we can start to really kind of cut and clear through the muck. And this lunar eclipse is giving us an opportunity to cut and to sever and separate the ideas about our self-worth that belong to others and the ideas about our self-worth that our soul is in alignment with, the true essence of who we are and what we believe. So, hi Jenna, welcome. I'm going to take some water. It's really warm in here. Okay, now related to that, I do want to read to you a passage. I just got this book and I'm really loving it already. It's called A Map to Your Soul. And it's an astrology book, and it's about balancing the elements in all your astrological houses. And it's just so in alignment with what's going on right now. With the sun having moved into Scorpio, we're really being asked to shine a light and look at our boundaries. And how do those boundaries with this full moon, right? Because when there's a full moon, there's an opposition between the sun and the moon. The moon is in Taurus, the sun is in Scorpio. So we were being asked to shine a light on how do our boundaries honor our worth or not. Maybe we let people into our lives that don't honor our value. We let them in because we think we have to. We let them in because we think if we don't, we'll be the bad guy. Who wants to be the bad guy? I don't want to be the bad guy. But if you don't set proper boundaries, Scorpio, to honor and protect your self-worth, Taurus, you will continuously attract into your life and call into your life people who don't respect you or value you for who you are. Okay? So we don't want that. In order for us to fully step into our expression as creators, we need to be surrounded by people who believe in us and people who reflect our belief in ourselves. Okay, so it's going to start within. So there's a passage from this book that I'd like to share with you. It's all about the second domain, the second house, which is ruled by Taurus. And just listen into this passage and consider how your behaviors and your thoughts and your beliefs are in support of or not of your values and what you value about yourself. Living in this domain fully, meaning the second house, the house of Taurus, is all about knowing your worth. The first step is to get clear about what you value. When you take the time and put in the work to identify your core values, you can intentionally create a life that fulfills them, including the material and the immaterial things that bring you contentment and joy. When you stick to your values, no matter how tempted you are to veer away from them, you will know just what to acquire, what to hold on to, and what to let go of, and you will develop a rock-hard sense of self-worth. So considering this full moon eclipse, considering that we are severing ourselves, creating a boundary between what we've been told about ourselves to value or told about our worth versus what our soul knows to be true about what we value and what we're worth. Getting clear about your core values right? And we'll incorporate that into the creations we make today. And then focusing on those values. So the struggle that I've been having lately, and I'm going to get a little personal, is that I recognize that I don't have very good boundaries around my feelings. Meaning, in an effort to truly honor how I feel, because I've dealt with so much emotional stagnation and like disregard growing up, I've been almost overly open to my emotions, right? To where all my emotions are valid and all this, you know, like we want to hold massive space for ourselves, and that's great and that's good, and it's good practice to hold space for yourself to feel your feelings. But I realized that my boundary was now too wide. It was almost like I went from not holding any space for my feelings, because that's how I grew up, that's what I was taught, is that my feelings were invalid, to holding so much space for my feelings that nothing else was getting done but feeling my feelings. And I wasn't showing up how I wanted to, because I was letting my feelings kind of run the show. So for me, lately, it's been about trying to understand how to manage feelings and still uphold what I value, which is showing up here for all of you, for this community that I love, getting into the studio, creating, taking care of my family. And how do I create the proper boundaries, Scorpio, to protect the things I value? Thank you, Chrysalis. It's my sister reminding me tomorrow is my mother's birthday. My mother passed away last year, at the beginning of last year. Yeah. She's definitely been with me during this time, and she was a double Scorpio, so I appreciate that. Hey, Lena, welcome. Oh, dream state, this feels so aligned for me today. I had told myself you could take a break from your healing journey today. Today, you just be, yeah. So definitely we can get so consumed as healers and as leaders that like, and if you don't think you're a leader, you're mistaken, because all the awakened creators in this community, we're leaders. You just maybe don't understand quite yet or know just yet how you're meant to lead, but you are a leader. But we can get so consumed by healing that we don't just give ourselves space to just exist and to have joy, right? So let's create some things today. Again, no pressure whatsoever. If you're just in a state to receive today and you would like to just watch me create and watch the comments of what other people are doing, feel welcome to do so. If you would like to grab some supplies or a journal or a pen and participate, you can do that as well. And if you're a movement artist, you can just listen and get up and dance around, do whatever you need to do. But I want to ask Spirit how to do this, because I literally have no plan. So let me just kind of tune in and see where we go, to how we incorporate the themes of this full moon eclipse into our creation today. Okay, thank you. So they want us to literally do what we've described so far, in that separation between what others have told us we're worth and what we should value versus our own. So I'm going to encourage you to do a little writing regardless of what medium that you're working with today, and create some kind of distinction, whether that's a line, and just using my Palo Santo, and creating some sort of boundary, right? This is in representation of the sun in Scorpio. Boundaries. We're creating a line. Okay? Now on one side of the line, or whatever boundary you've created in your piece, you can start to, and it's okay to give some voice to what you've been told, right? Maybe you've been told that you're only worthwhile if you're making money. As a business owner, I feel that a lot, that messaging coming through, right? That you're only worth something if you're bringing in an income from it. Okay? What else do we have? What other things have you been told about your worth or your value? Maybe you're only worth something if you follow the rules. Stay inside the lines. Follow the rules. Other people's rules, society's rules. I'm going to draw some Z's, because a lot of times in the corporate world, we were told that we were only valuable if you're exhausted at the end of the day. If you are completely and utterly out of any energy for your family, then you know you've worked hard enough. Then you know you're of value. And that's on that side of the boundary for me. I do not believe in that. Choose one thing, right? Yeah, choose one thing. Stick to one thing. I'm also gonna write good girl. Be a good girl. Be a good girl, aka let other people control you, walk all over you, do as you're told. Be a good girl. What else do we have? Being told how to speak, how to define your work, how to describe your work, to talk a certain way. Then you are of value. What about the old social media heart, right? You're of value if people like you on social media and you get lots of likes and views and whatever. Yeah. What else? What else makes you worthy that doesn't belong to your heart, that is not in alignment with your truth, that you keep buying into, or maybe you're ready to trash it. You're ready to let it go. Okay. Keep going. Spirit's revealing what we're going to do next. This is going to be fun. All right. I got out some paint colors earlier, and I didn't know, again, I just was following my instincts, and I noticed all the tones I was choosing were really earthy and whatnot. I got Van Dyke Brown, Camel, Terracotta, and Yellow Ochre. Again, you use whatever colors you want. But let's finish up the old values. The values you're ready to let go of. The values you're ready to sever from. The values you're ready to bury. The values you're ready to let go of. that I need to have a backup plan for when this fails, right? Banking on failure. What are you ready to bury? I'm gonna kind of draw, I don't know how to draw this, but like, or I'm just gonna write it. People pleaser. Yeah. Definitely a recovering people pleaser. Learning to please myself, to love myself enough to listen to my own heart. Yeah. Follow the rules, be a good girl, make that money, exhaust yourself, get the likes, please others over yourself. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm called to remind you of a truth in nature that we should remember as creators and as humans. That nothing ever actually dies or goes away. It just gets recycled. Nature is extremely efficient without human interference to recycle and renew and take what's fallen, take what's no longer of use, take what is tired and old, and bring it back down into itself and to create new life from it. So I feel like I've just been kind of revealed why I've chosen all these earthy tones is because we're going to kind of compost what we've written down. Okay, we're going to compost it. We're going to return it to earth. We're going to say thank you for the lessons. Thank you for showing me what I don't value, what's not important to me, what's not in alignment to me. Thank you for helping me clarify. Anytime you find out what something's not, now you're closer to figuring out what is. So, thank you. Kukute says, be useful, be productive. Yeah, right? Useful, right? Be of value. So, let's start making some earth here. And you can do that in however feels good to you. I'm going to use these colors and I'm going to recycle. I'm going to recycle and return to the earth all those old values that don't belong to me, that aren't mine. They no longer resonate. I'm going to get those deep down within. And if you're not painting, what you could do is you could burn your paper, somehow, some way return it to the earth. Burn it, shred it up, and bury it in a potted plant in your house. Return it to earth. This is what you're doing. If you're using movement to express, you can, place your hands on the ground and you can speak the words into the earth, stomp them into the earth. Use your creative bones here. Get some more water going. Use your creativity to return whatever you've written or spoken back to the earth. Send it back, send it back. Make sure to, anytime you are cleansing yourself of old stagnant energy, that you express gratitude Let the universe know you understand the purpose of this lesson, that it's not lost on you, that you are thankful, and that it doesn't need to come back. You learned it. Promise. Pinky promise, spirit guides. I learned it. Leave me alone now. Leave me alone. Let it be so that this lesson has been learned, and that these old values that we're not hanging on to anymore can go safely back to Mother Earth. I like this. Kind of want to pull some of that camel forward. Where did it go? All right. And I would love it if you all, when we're done today, would share what you created and tag me so that I can see it. Otherwise, I might miss it if you don't. So, okay. All right. Do what you got to do to wrap up this part of it, to feel good and complete for now. Ooh, I like the wavies. Let's do some wavies. This feels good. I've really been wanting to do something like this for a long time, but I have let other things get in my way. Prior to this new moon post, remember I talked about alchemy and that we get to alchemize through our creativity. So whatever you're going through, turn to your art, turn to your creative expression to let it out and let it transmute. All right. Feeling good here. Here's the magic that I saw in my mind's eye. Woo! There's the earth. There's the ground from which our new truth gets to grow. So, what do we want? Our new values. What are our new truths? What are the things that do mean something to us? I'm going to write mine in gold as a representation of that I value these things. You could choose a different color that speaks of value to you. But let's start creating a landscape in which our true values are spoken. So let's see, what do you truly deeply value? Start sharing in the chat. Talked about what we don't value, what's not ours. What do you value? I'm going to say heartfelt connections. What else do you value deeply? Branching off of that, I'm going to say honesty. Branching off from that, I'm going to also say love. What else? Vulnerability. Oh, you guys are pouring it in. I love it. Inner peace. Kindred community. Acceptance. Love. Truth. Open-mindedness. I like that. Open-mindedness. Open-mindedness. And to me, from that, really, it's just like authenticity. Authentic expression, really. Willingness to change and grow. I really value growth. People who are willing to grow. Abundance, safety, trust. What do you value? What do you value? And if it helps, think back to some of the values you just recycled to earth, and perhaps you value the very opposite of that thing. So, for example, if you no longer value social validation, perhaps you value self-validation. If you no longer value being overly productive, maybe you value balanced productivity. I like that one. I'm going to put that one on mine. Balanced, because I do want to still be productive. I love feeling productive. I do. But I don't want to burn out for it. I don't feel like I should have to burn out for it. So I'm going to say balanced productivity. I value that my gifts are multifaceted, Dream State says. Yeah, so your multifaceted nature, who you truly are, all forms of your expression. What else? Balanced productivity. I'm going to add, let's see, I'm going to add safety, because I do value safety and feeling safe. I also value highly divine timing. I don't like to feel pressured. And that kind of branches off my idea of balanced productivity. Maintaining that safety, but honoring divine timing. What else? Hi, Venus. It is Bob Ross. Welcome. Okay, thank you. We'll see you soon. I value breaking creative rules. Yes. Ooh, being a little bit of a rebel. Yes, yes, yes. That rebellious heart. Or we see, there's so much negativity attached to the word rebel, but I like revolutionary. You know, we really are revolutionizing the way people expect others to show up by showing up in a way that throws them off because it's unique to us, where they're like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could create that way. I didn't know that was an option. And it might cause some resistance within them at first, like, you're breaking the rules, that's not allowed. But I trust and believe that you've just sown a seed. By you being your authentic self, you've just sown a seed of freedom in their heart. Right now they can start asking themselves the tough questions. Why aren't I expressing my full self? Break all the rules. Create your own rules. Create your own rules, yes. Okay, so let's start kind of getting to a place of completion with what we value. What do you value? What matters to you? And recognizing too that your values will change. They're not necessarily something that will stay forever, because even though the archetype of Taurus is known to be stubborn and kind of never, unchanging, its divine partner and mirror is Scorpio. That's all about change. That's all about change. And Scorpio is like always change, always burning in the flames of transmutation, right? So how can you have stubbornness when you're partnered with the Phoenix? So remember too that your values will shift and change, right? If you can imagine, now you just bought a home. Okay, maybe now your values shift and change because you have this new sacred space that you want to protect now. Or you have a child and now your values change because family becomes more important to you, or even a loved one becomes ill and now your values change and you realize, I've been giving all my energy to work and I'm about to miss out on the last years of my grandmother's life or something. So your values change. And it's funny that I go to speaking to birth and death because, and even home, but mainly birth and death, because I truly feel that that's the key. That's why Taurus and Scorpio are together, because you can't value life, Taurus, earth, the abundance, everything that's given. Oh, it's overflowing, it's lush, it's beautiful, good tasting food and relationships and all that. You can't value those things if you don't know what it's like to lose them, to have nothing, to have something you love ripped away from you, to have been trapped all your life in this dark cave of this, terrible relationship or family dynamic, to then burst free and to recognize, now you can recognize all the freedom that you have, all the love that you have available to you, how you've broken the generational chains. So you can't value life unless you understand its temporary nature by understanding death. So carry that with you when you're thinking about values, and know and honor that the reason that you value these things is usually because you've been very familiar with their opposite. And kudos to you for getting as far as you have so far. That's how you know what you value. So now I say, let's just play and make it pretty. Do what you want to do. I've got some more kind of earthy colors here that I'm going to use, like greens and lavender. I try to pick things that were kind of earthy. So I've got greens, I've got lavender. So beautify, right? Taurus also wants to beautify the things that we value. So if you value home, you might spend a lot of time decorating your house, making it feel warm and welcoming and all that. If you value your creativity, you might spend a lot of time cultivating your creative space, making sure that it's exactly how you want it and that it feels good to you. I'm going to mute down this sky blue a little. It's kind of bright. So start to beautify your new values, the things that you do value. And as you're doing that, again, just reaffirming to yourself what you've written. And maybe you say it out loud. I'm clarifying my values. I value love and heartfelt connections. I value honesty and a willingness to grow. Whoop. My gold is smearing. Oh well. I value open-mindedness and authentic expression. So restate your values to yourself. That's mine. Maybe it wants to drip. Try not to fight it. Especially if I'm doing more abstract-y stuff. Don't fight it. Just go with it. Just trust it. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Right, and just like Earth, from the soil of what's been, of what we don't want, of what we don't value, we are rebirthing, Scorpio, what we do value and what is important to us. Dripping, so I'm going to add some more water and get it even more drippy. I wish I had a spray bottle. I haven't quite got my supplies situated in this studio the way I used to have it when I was living in Bakersfield. But that's okay. We'll get there. That might help. Not smear so much. Oh, dream state. I love that. This creating freely with you is the medicine. I cannot recall the last time I painted without thinking about money exchange eventually. Yeah, right? Like, I'm so happy right now. This is exactly what I've always wanted to do with you all. Is just create together and talk. And I've been kind of self-conscious about it, right? Because I'm like, well, you call them creative rituals and you don't, you you kind of pass the buck with the creativity, Amanda. And I recognize that it's me playing small and not showing up authentically. So that's what we're recycling right now, right? We're getting rid of all that playing small, valuing what other people value, and we're just going to show up how we show up. And the people that vibe with it will stick around, and the people that don't will fade away. And that's cool. Like, how cool is that? You don't actually have to do anything besides be yourself and watch the right people enter your life and the wrong folks exit your life. So So just keep going, keep beautifying. Let me just check the time here. Okay, we're coming to a close. I want to get at least one flower on this thing. Let me see what I can do. So I'm going to kind of create some containers for this. Just to hold it even more sacred is how I'm feeling, like just create even more safe space. And two, I think I want to honor the roots. That the roots of these new values are birthed from the old misaligned values. They've taught me so much. They've helped me grow. They've helped me understand what I don't want. And now I get to choose as a conscious, awakened creator, right? You get to choose to call into your life. That is the immense power you have that we are bringing forth every day we wake up. Every day you wake up is a protest against those old values and a vote for the future and the life that you want to live. Make it all kind of fun here with some spiky. Right? There's a symbol of protection, spikes. Like the cactus. Spikes. Don't mess with my values, man. Don't mess with my values. Don't mess with my values. Ooh, I actually really like this. It's cool. Huh, this was fun. Okay. I'm like amazed. I'm gonna add some blue. Prussian blue is like my favorite color. I just love. It's such a good substitute for black. It's so vibrant if you water it down. Like, oh, it's just incredible. Right? They're like, it's like a little crown chakra with the purple and indigo. There we go. Now when this dries, I might go over my words again in gold, I think, just so they pop a little bit more. I realize I should have put the background on first, but that's okay. We are not here to teach art. We're here to just express together. So, there you have it. This is my full moon eclipse in Taurus creation. My new values. I'd love to see yours. I know you've been busy over in your sacred spaces creating something magical as well. So be sure to tag me so that I can see what you made, what we made together. If you liked this, please send me a DM and let me know, like genuinely. I'm really in an open space to transform what Awakened Creators is and how it serves this community. So if this felt more fulfilling to you than the other full moon things we've done together, let me know. Even if like you like both, but just the creative element of this I think was really healing. It felt really good. So I'm going to take that as a sign that this is the direction to move eventually. So thank you so much for carving time out of your day to sit with what you value. And I don't mean that in that you value me or you value Awakened Creators. I mean in that you showed up here for yourself. Therefore, you've literally made a decision that says, I'm going to carve out time because I value myself. And that is so powerful. That is so incredible. And is such a strong indicator to the universe of what you want more of, which is more of that loving value of self and all the goodness and abundance that comes from that same vibration. So thank you from yourself to yourself. Since I'm just a mirror, thank you for showing up for yourself today, for showing up for your art, for your heart, for you. And I'm going to put out a call. If you feel called to work with me or you want to explore opportunities to mentor together, I do have an opening starting in November. So I would love to schedule some time to chat about how we can work together and help you move through whatever it is that you'd like to move through. So I love you. I'm here for you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to show me what you created today. Bye for now. I'll see you again later. Say bye, Bob. Bye, Bob. Bye, everybody. I love you.